Hey guys, I'm Cait and welcome to my YouTube channel. You might know me as a singer-songwriter, or you might know me as a videographer or a creative director, and the truth is I am all of those things. When I was in high school, I fell in love with songwriting, and so since then I have been writing and releasing my own music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, any of those other streaming sites that you might use. And I also create all the visuals that go along with my music career, whether it's my own single artwork, I direct and edit my own music videos, I creative direct all my photo shoots, I even design all the merch that you see in my store. So when it comes to my music career, everything that you see comes through me. In addition to that, I also work with brands and entrepreneurs and other creatives on their own branding and visual marketing. And I even write music for other videographers to license in their own projects or for other business owners to use in their marketing. I'm really fascinated by not only the creative process of creating music, but also the process of creating visuals and then pairing those two together. So that's definitely been a huge part of my creativity, especially looking back, even in my childhood when I didn't know that that's what I was doing. It's always been at the core of who I am as an artist. And you know, up until now, I have only used YouTube as a way in which to deliver my finished products to you guys. You know, I've put my music on here, I've put my music videos on here, but I've never actually just sat down to talk to you and to really give you a look into my life and my creative process and all the minute, tiny decisions that go into creating that final thing. I want to get to know you better. I want you to get to know me better. And I want to just create this community around creativity. So first, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'll give you a little bit of background about who I am, where I came from, and give you a little insight on the types of videos you're going to be seeing on this channel, what you can expect. And with that said, before we dive any deeper, if you could just take a second and hit the subscribe button below if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that little like button too, because it really helps the YouTube algorithm. It really does help support me when you do that. So if you could just take a second before we start and do that, I'd really appreciate it. So my story, in a nutshell, is this. I grew up just outside of Madison, Wisconsin, in a town called Fitchburg, and I am really grateful that I grew up there. I don't think I really appreciated it as much as I should have when I lived there, but I am really thankful now in hindsight. I think Wisconsin and people from Wisconsin are some of the friendliest in the world. So if you're from Wisconsin and you're watching this, there's a really good chance that you're really nice. And I was 100% the music kid growing up. You know, every talent show, every choir, anytime there was a stage, I was on it. And if there was somebody there to listen, I would probably be singing.
Hi. Want to sing ABCs?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I found my ABC. Next time will she sing with me?
Yay!
Yeah, that was me. I remember being like 15 years old and drawing storyboards for music videos that would never get made because, you know, I didn't have money. I didn't know who could do that for me. It was like, you know, this faraway dream that I didn't think I would ever do. And fast forward a little bit, I ended up going to Berklee College of Music straight out of high school. For the first time, I was not just the music kid. I was all of a sudden in a sea of music kids, and I finally found my tribe. It really felt like, you know, not only did I hone my craft, but I met some of my favorite people in the world there, some who are still my collaborators today. Most of them are still my great friends, and I love that place. And now throughout my whole life, I've always had jobs. I've always worked. I've always had to make money somewhere else to help support what I wanted to do and support my dreams. And so at Berkeley, that was no exception. I had so many different jobs. I was a nanny. I took care of little kids. I worked at a clothing store. I worked at a museum. What else did I do? Oh, I worked at like event catering and stuff. So basically, I've always had a job throughout my life, which brings me to when I moved to Los Angeles in 2014. I had saved a bunch of nannying money to move here, and within a month, the money that I saved was pretty much gone. You know, you've got first month's rent, you've got to buy furniture, groceries, the whole thing, and all of a sudden I'm freaking out. So when I met this woman named Sue Bryce, who is a photographer, she's honestly like the best portrait photographer in the world, in my opinion. I'm kind of biased, but it's actually kind of true. She needed an assistant, and I was available. I had worked in a photo studio actually as my after-school job in Wisconsin in high school, so I kind of knew the ropes a little bit. She ended up really taking me under her wing. She not only taught me everything about the camera, but she taught me about confidence in business, being a female entrepreneur, how to stick up for yourself, how to go after what you want. I really feel so grateful to her because not only did I learn so much about the camera and how to use it as an artistic instrument, but it's really brought this whole new passion into my world that I didn't really know was there. And throughout this whole time, I was writing music, I was releasing music, and really starting to get into the flow of being a videographer and a singer-songwriter in the same sentence, which brings me to the present. So from here on out, with this channel, I really just want to bring you guys into my world. You'll come with me into the studio. You'll see how we create music, how we produce it out. Okay, I'm going to the studio right now to record, which is something I'm so excited about. This song has been living on my voice memos for literally years.
Do you want to play some hi-hats?
Yeah?
Great. Get in there, Tiger.
No, not that. So good. I'll take you with me as I create all the visuals for it too, how I concept the ideas, how I execute it, how I make it all happen, even right down to how I budget for shoots and how I save and manage my money. I think that's a huge taboo for some reason in the artist community. Nobody is talking about money and how to actually save and manage it effectively so that you can excel in your art. And I'm just gonna show you my favorite do-it-yourself tips for branding, identity, marketing, and just creativity in general. And every now and then I'm gonna do a video series called Coffee with Cait, where you can submit your questions and I'll literally just sit down, have a coffee, and chat with you guys and answer your questions. And so if you want to submit anything for that, there's the link in the description below. And by the way, I am not here to say that I have it all figured out and I have all the answers, because that is so not true, and that is not the purpose of any of this. Really, my goal for this whole YouTube channel and making these videos is to, it sounds so cheesy, but it's really just to show you that you're not alone, because whether you're a creative or an entrepreneur, or just if you're building anything or chasing any dream, it can feel really lonely. So I'm not here to say that I know everything, because I don't. Believe me, I really just want this to be more of a community vibe. Like, I want to have dialogue with you guys. I just kind of want to lift the veil on being an independent artist, because I think there's a lot that people don't talk about, and I think there's a lot that we could help each other with. So really, I just want this channel to become a community. And speaking of that, I have started a little Facebook group. It's called Club Cait, and it's really just for anybody who wants to talk about creativity or music or video or entrepreneurship. And I'm also toying with the idea of like, I don't know, giving you guys like a good discounts on new limited edition merch as it comes out, or letting you see these videos before I put them live to the public, or I don't know, I'll think of like fun little gifts for all the Club Cait people. So if you want to join us, we would so love to have you. I'll put the link in the description below as well. And if you're still watching this, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to keep making these videos for you guys. And let me know if there's anything that you want me to make a video on. Comment below, let me know what you think. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, hit the little notification bell so it'll notify you whenever I upload a new video. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.